They call her Lady on the Hill in Spain, in Rome. No, it's in El Paso. And this majestic structure is a court. It's universe. No, it's a high school. It's a high school in El Paso. Perched dramatically above the city, El Paso High is described as a Greco-Roman masterpiece, said to have been modeled after the portico of Octavia in Rome. But let's break this down. A massive marble-floored, column-lined monument that was supposedly built between 1913 and 1916 in El Paso for high school students? I cracked myself up there. Okay, that's got to raise some questions. At least one, mainstream Melvin. Please, just one, look at it. In 1913, El Paso's population hovered over 39,000. A growing city, sure, but did the city really need this? In a mere 3 years, they just tell us that the town poured $500,000, over $10 million in today's money, into constructing this massive campus. And keep in mind, just a few decades earlier, the old high school had a total graduating class of 2 people. Just 2 people. Look down at the football field, a real coliseum. Step inside the front entrance and you're greeted with hallways that circle a grand auditorium with coffered ceilings and classical columns. The floors, marble quarter-sawn oak and hardened maple. And originally a roof garden covered the entire structure. How posh. Did the architect's kid go to the school or something? What the heck? It's worth noting that roof gardens weren't exactly common for schools back then. What? Luxury hotels or theaters maybe, but a high school in El Paso? So who built this? That being the Trost brothers, Henry and Gustavus. These guys weren't just drawing up school blueprints, they designed some of the most elaborate architecture in the Southwest. Hotels, courthouses, cathedrals, all popping up at a suspicious pace we were all familiar with in the early 1900s. And the land? The school board bought it in 1912 for 28 grand. Another huge investment before the other huge investment. Just to put this into reference, the Gillender building in Manhattan cost around the same price this high school did in El Paso. Come on, man, come on. Then there's the strange political twist of the 1920s when the Ku Klux Klan gained control of the city council and temporarily renamed the school Sam Houston High. A public outcry reversed the decision by 1923 and the Klan's influence quickly vanished. Yeah, I don't know where that came from, but it's in there. So yeah, I'm just gonna tell you all about it. Through the 1920s, the building served multiple purposes. Grades 1 through 12 and even a junior college for teachers, which eventually evolved into UTEP. Did the Trost brothers know all along that this building would need to handle so much? So they gave it a grandeur of Atlantean palace? Maybe. But there's tunnels though. Yeah, bricked arch tunnels underneath, so I don't know what to say about that. Below those grand halls lies a labyrinth, tunnels and sealed off rooms that have puzzled staff for decades. Former custodian Mario Reyes recalled navigating the narrow basement passages and even discovered a sealed classroom with antique desks and student notebooks still in place. These rooms seemed frozen in time, their entrances hastily bricked over for reasons no one can explain. Even more intriguing, Reyes noted large archways along the basement's west side, facing the Franklin Mountains. These arches were later filled with concrete, as if someone wanted to permanently block them off. Were they entrances into more tunnels leading toward the hillside? And if so, what or who was meant to pass through them? We're told these passages were for ventilation, or to create cool air circulation, since there was no air conditioning at the time. Maybe, but why construct such elaborate arched tunnels for airflow? Would the cold air not feel invited if they weren't arched? The high school's underground isn't an isolated mystery. Just down the road, the Turtle House in Sunset Heights also hides a network of bricked and arched tunnels. The house, built in the late 1800s, became a haven for Chinese immigrants during the era of the Chinese Exclusion Act. Beneath it lies a series of intricate chambers, vaulted ceilings, and even low passageways said to connect to additional rooms. And remember, these Chinese laborers helped construct the Transcontinental Railroad, supposedly. Come on, I'm sure these people were talented, but all of this? Some say the high school's tunnels were planned by the Trost brothers for ventilation. Others claim they were repurposed as bomb shelters. The Turtle House tunnels, meanwhile, were supposedly built in a rush to hide immigrants. There are always definite answers for these tunnels pertaining to where they are. In San Antonio, it was for the monks to have a safe passage to each other. They needed to angle their tunnels under the San Antonio River multiple times to hang with the homies. Now that we've laid this all out, think about it. How much of this story is actually true? How much of it is real? Was this high school really built from scratch in just 3 years? Were these tunnels used and constructed the way we're told? Did the roof really need a full garden on top? Like from this end to that end, did it need that? Or are we looking at something far older, something inherited, something repurposed, and covered up by all these silly narratives we are given? Because let's be honest, something about all this doesn't feel honest. Go with your gut, guys. Love y'all, and have a good day.